Good morning to one and all. I'm at UCD. I've walked up from Kersal Avenue and I've been up here in years, so I'm looking at this wonderful archive here, this timeline of Belfield. It's a fantastic map here, and it's breaking down the area of Belfield. And let's just swing around here. 1960s. So Dáil Éireann approved plans to move to Belfield in 1960. UCD acquires 35 acres at Roebuck Grove for £66,000, and the much maligned Dev turns to first sod, and that's overseen by UCD President Dr. Michael Tierney, and during the construction of the science block, which was designed by former Professor of Architecture J.V. Downes. So we move right along here. There's a map there of what was to be built. So what do we have now? We have the formal opening of the science building, the first structure to open on the new campus, which was previously in Marion Street. And there's a mention here where I've been about 45 minutes ago, Ireland's very first shopping centre in Slorgan, which opened in 1966. So it's a wonderful little timeline to come down to. Just in the late 60s, the Art, Commerce and Law building is under construction at Belfield. The building designed is by Andrzej Wojciech, I think it's a Polish name, excuse my pronunciation, along with Robinson, Keefe and Devan Architects. Work commenced on the restaurant building designed by Robert Walker of Scott Talon Walker. So there's a church as well, Faculty of Commerce. So it's taken shape in the late 60s into the 70s. There's a map of the area in question, being heavily developed. Faculty of Arts and Law moved to Belfield to occupy the newly finished Arts in brackets Newman building. And then the restaurant building opened 1970. We go on to 71. The administration Tierney building is under construction, and the famous iconic water tower, which I'm heading up to after. I'll do a video up there. So then a road we take for granted now. It's unimaginable if we didn't have it. The dual carriageway beside Belfield here. So the whole area is changing shape from a rural development into education development and a good road infrastructure. We are into the 70s. The folk music collection is moved from the Department of Education, the UCD, at Earlsford Terrace. The collection includes 5,000 songs on tape, 6,000 transcriptions of dance music dating back to the 17th century. Another building I'm going to pass up here is the Magnetic Observatory, designed by Frederick Darley in 1837. It's re-erected in Belfield after being removed from the Trinity College campus to make room for the new arts block. Very interesting. In 2003, the building opens as the Frank O'Kane Centre for Film. So we go along. Construction of the UCD Sports Centre in the late 70s. The Central Bank. So you can see it's a wonderful timeline. The Sports Centre, we're into the 1980s now. The UCD libraries in the 1980s. The main student library, in brackets James Joyce, looked over the lake at Belfield. Science and Agriculture both had their own libraries on Belfield campus, while the medical school had its own library, reconstructed in Earlsford Terrace in 1979 at the building of the National Concert Hall. Engineering also had its own library in Marion Street. New building for the Department of Computer Science opens in 1982. So UCD gets a mention here. They win the FAI Cup, so they qualify for the European Cup Winners' Cup. Must look up who they played in that. 1983. So they were part-timers, of course, very much. And oh, I did leave something out down here. So Belfield gig posters in the restaurant building, designed throughout the 70s by artist Jim Fitzpatrick, who designed Tin Lizzy album covers. So www.jimfitzpatrick.com is worth checking out. So a wonderful timeline. Takes us right into the 80s. I'll make another video right down to the current time. So please subscribe to my channel. I'll make a video in a few minutes. I'll head down to the water tower and the lake and make a video in that area. Okay, thank you.